What's up everyone, it's Kovarks here, back on the Kovarks Sports Channel, and today we are going to be giving you our 2022 predictions for the Oklahoma Sooners. This team won 11-2 last year, but despite that, they almost lost a lot of games. Even easier games like Kansas and Tulane ended up being close. They're kind of the opposite of Nebraska last year, where they almost lost every game but still found a way to win. Of course, the big blow to them was losing Lincoln Riley, Caleb Williams, and all those players at the end of the season. This team's got to reload. Brent Venables comes in, of course, with the defensive mind. That should be good for them. Jeff Lebby, of course, brings some baggage to the program, but as for on-the-field results as the offensive coordinator, he's proven his position. We saw it with Matt Corral at Ole Miss, so he is definitely a good offensive coordinator. I like what this team is building. They're going to be having a better defense. They've got Dylan Gabriel at quarterback with some good targets like Theo Weiss, Marvin Mims, and Drake Stoops. They've got Eric Gray at the running back position. The defense should be getting stronger. This team has a foundation to win some games this year. Will they get it done? I don't know. But before we get into the schedule, I do want to apologize really quickly about the missing a video yesterday. Some things came up and I wasn't able to. But don't worry, we're back and we're going to try and continue these throughout the rest of the season. Looking at said schedule now, they start things off with UTEP and Kent State. Both of those should be pretty easy games. I talked about this in my Georgia video. Kent State has a really difficult schedule, which is kind of interesting. They play on the road at Oklahoma and Georgia, but I don't see them winning that. UTEP was alright last year, but neither of these teams are going to be good enough to go to Norman and actually win a football game against the Sooners. Then they play at Nebraska. Here's the thing about this one. Oklahoma, they've got a good roster going into this year, but they've got a new coaching staff. Of course, recently there's been the distractions. I feel like this is kind of a trap game. Nebraska should be better than they were last year. Of course, the greatest 3-9 team of all time. Oklahoma, they barely won that game last year at home. I think they'll take a tiny step back this year just because of everything going on with the program and the new coaching staff. I think Nebraska will take a step forward. It's on the road this time. It's hard for me to see Oklahoma winning that one. I think it's going to be a really good game. Honestly, it could go either way. But just the fact that it's the first road game under Brent Venables, there's just a lot of things going for Nebraska in this one, and I think they're able to snatch one from the Sooners. Then they play Kansas State, who's given them some trouble in recent years, obviously. I don't think Kansas State has played on the road in Norman in front of fans in a while. I think it was like 2018 was the last time, because of course the last time would have been 2020, but that was when there were hardly any fans in the attendance. So I think Oklahoma should be able to get this one. The fans are going to be angsty to get a home win against this team, and I think they're going to be able to. Then they play TCU on the road. This is a bit of a trap game. TCU is going to be a pretty good team this year. It's right before Texas. It's on the road. They did just win a game, though. They've got some momentum going into this one, I think. Brent Venables, he wants to win this one. I think it's going to be close. They may be losing at halftime or at the end of the third quarter, but I think a late touchdown or a late defensive play seals it, and Brent Venables is able to get a road win there, and they improve to 4-1. Then they play Texas. Here's the thing about that. Texas, they've got Quinn Ewers, they've got Xavier Worthy, they've got Bijan Robinson. There's a lot of parts to this Texas team, especially on that offense, like I just described. But can Steve Sarkisian get it done? That's what I don't know about. However, I feel like Texas is due for a Red River rivalry win. Of course, they lost last year in that classic. I think they're going to be hungry for one. And just, again, it being the first year under Brent Venables, I think that 4-game stretch, Nebraska, Kansas State, TCU, and Texas, Kansas State's going to be a good team. I know it's at home, but you never know. They've given Oklahoma trouble. That 4-game stretch, that'll tell us about Oklahoma. And I think because of this coaching staff, the fact it's new, it's a good coaching staff. It's going to have them in the right direction, and I think they're better suited for the SEC with Brent Venables instead of Lincoln Riley. But in these first 4 really tough games, I think they split them, and they go 2-2 in them. They're going to go down to 4-2 on the season. Then they play Kansas. I know they had some struggles with this game last year, but it's at home now. Kansas should be improved. I believe they are number 10 in the nation in returning production. However, I don't think Kansas is going to win on the road. You know, maybe the first quarter is kind of close, but Oklahoma should be able to win that one. They also get a bye week after that, so an easier game against Kansas and a bye week. I think that'll help this team. They'll get ready for the rest of their schedule, which they've got some tough games there. They start off with Iowa State on the road. I don't think Iowa State is going to be a good team. I think they lost a lot of production. They did not meet expectations at all last year. And even though it's on the road, it's right before that big game against Baylor. I think that Oklahoma wins a close one and is able to improve to 6-2. And then they've got Baylor. Baylor won the Big 12 last year. They're going to be a good team again this year. And, you know, on paper, you know, Baylor may be favored. It's kind of a coin flip game, just like the Nebraska game or the Texas game. But this one's at home. That's what those 2 games didn't have going for them. This one's at home. I think Brent Venables, at this point in the season, he's got his guys ready. And, you know, he's gotten some experience now at the head coaching position. I think he's ready for a big win. I think Oklahoma beats Baylor in Norman, and they improve to 7-2. Just a big win for him, and kind of moving this program in the right direction. I think that will be a good game, though. And Baylor could win it. Of course, they are a really good team. After that, you've got West Virginia on the road. This is a trap game right here. You've got Bedlam the next week. You just came off of that emotional win against Baylor. So now you're playing on the road. Tough place to play, a pretty good team. But like I said, I think Brent Venables, he's got this team now. You know, everyone's bought in. I think it's a super close game, maybe like a 3-point game. But Oklahoma pulls it out in a close one, just like Baylor, just like TCU, just like Kansas State. I think they win another close one, and they improve to 8-2. Then you've got Oklahoma State. This is an interesting one. Of course, they lost last year. I think they're going to want revenge, though. Of course, the controversial calls at the end of the game and everything. It's at home now. Oklahoma State's got to take a step back. This team's rolling now. They've got 4 straight wins, make it 5. I think they beat Oklahoma State. And then Texas Tech on the road. Texas Tech should be a decent team. Are they going to be able to beat Oklahoma? I don't think so. It is in Lubbock, but once again, this team is rolling. I think they're able to go in there. They won another close one, but they're able to get to 10-2. I feel like that's a pretty good prediction for Oklahoma. Maybe 9-3. I don't think they get to 11-1, because maybe they beat Nebraska on the road. You know, Nebraska, they always seem to choke games. Same with Texas, so maybe they win those. But then maybe they lose to TCU or Baylor at home or West Virginia, or maybe that Texas Tech game. So I feel like 10-2, 9-3 is a good prediction for them. I went with 10-2 just because I think there's enough talent on this roster. They'll be rolling by the end of the season, and they're able to, get to 10-2. That's a pretty good record for them. What do you guys think, though? Do you think they will go 9-3? Do you have them at a different record? And who do you have them losing to? Make sure to let me know down below in the comments section. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe as we continue our college football predictions, ramping up for the 2022 season. I want to thank you guys for watching once again, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye.